All right, guys, listen up. We're 2 days away from Nvidia's earnings, and now's the time to pay attention. We're going to break down the chart, see how we're looking right now, and most importantly, go over the numbers. What are we what are we expecting from EPS, revenue from the company, and I want to go over what the analysts are saying right now, and overall what I'm doing, as Nvidia is my biggest individual stock holding right now. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my email stock newsletter, check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates. All the links are down below, guys. Make sure to check out the links. And with that being said, let's dive into it. So overall, we had a red day today in the stock market. We closed about 50 minutes ago, and the S&P 500 went down 0.4%. The Russell went down 1%. QQQ went down 0.3% as the Dow went down 0.75%, as the VIX went up 4%. So guys, we had a huge day on Friday, big day on Friday, and we saw a bit of a pullback today. In my opinion, this is very healthy and it's normal, just considering how big of a move we had on Friday. It's not like we went up 0.25% on Friday or 0.5%. We were up like 4% on the Russell, 2-3% on some of the other indexes. It was a big day, big green day, and today we got a little pullback. Not the end of the world, and a lot of individual stocks went crazy today. I mean, Nvidia actually had a 1% green day. Roblox had a 6% green day. Tesla 2%. Google 1.2%. Netflix 1.1%. So there was some green out there, just not much. But Nvidia, which we're focusing on obviously in this video, is heating up. 1% green day. We broke over $181 earlier in the day. We actually almost hit $182 a share, guys. Yes, you heard that right. And we then saw a bit of resistance at about 182. Then we dumped off into close. We closed at about 179.80. Now we're at 180-ish in the aftermarket. So we have recovered up a little bit. But yeah, man, Nvidia, the hype's coming in. And I'm not sure if you guys, have noticed, but the stock hasn't done much in about, a month almost at this point. So we hit that all-time high, $185.43 at the end of July. We hit that literally on the last day of July. And since that point, if I get the channel tool out, you guys can see we've pretty much been flat. We've been flat between 174-ish on the support and obviously 185 resistance. You're seeing it right here, clear as day. We've been trading in this sideways channel. So as of now, guys, we are approaching the top of this channel. We're at $180. Again, we hit $182 earlier in the day. So heading into earnings, being on Wednesday after the bell. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday. So 2 days of trading left. Heading into earnings, let's see if we make the push to 185. Big thing to watch out for. 185 again is the all-time high. That's been resistance. We've tested it many times over the last month. So if Nvidia fills that gap to 185, maybe we start breaking out of 185 before earnings. We'll see. Maybe the stock starts front running the move a little bit, but it all comes down to earnings, guys. That's the reality. We saw Google, they're spending more. Their CapEx is going up. A lot of these big tech companies are spending more on AI infrastructure, which means more money, more revenue for Nvidia. So if their earnings are super strong, and better yet, their guidance is increased, if that's what we get here after this earnings report, this stock's probably going to break out of 185. That's my prediction. I think it's going to break out of 185 and make its way to $200. That's my prediction. But again, it all comes down to earnings. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that here, guys. And speaking of earnings, let's start pulling up the numbers and see what to expect, where the analysts are at, and so forth here. And full disclosure, guys, I'm long Nvidia and I'm holding on tight into these earnings. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Let's see what these analysts are saying. And by the way, let's see what happened EPS wise the last couple of times Nvidia's reported. So it looks like in Q1 2025 they beat EPS by 6 cents, and in Q4 of 24 they beat by 4 cents, and in Q3 they beat by 6 cents. So each of the last 3 times Nvidia has beat on EPS. And if we look at the analysts here, we can see as of August right now, 65 analysts, we have 47 buy ratings. You heard that right, with 11 strong buy ratings and a handful of hold ratings with maybe 1 underperform rating and 0 sell ratings. So very bullish overall on Wall Street, which is not a surprise. Obviously, we all know Wall Street's been bullish. And when it comes to the price targets, you guys can see right here, the average price target on Wall Street's 192.59. The high's 250, which is a behemoth price target. I wonder, would that put them at like a $6 trillion mark? Sheesh, where would that put them at? 5.5? I don't even know. But 250 is the high, with the low being $100 a share, and we're at 180 roughly as of close today. So overall, we are trading more towards the higher end of estimates. But think about it. This stock was just at $80 a share in April, which, if we're looking at the targets now, that would put us off the chart on the lower end, which is nuts. You know, the fact that we got the gift of buying Nvidia at $80, $90 is insane. You know, I was pounding the table back then, guys. I'm buying. And honestly, I wish I bought more. You know, when it was at 110, 115, I was like, all right, I'm just going to chill now. I accumulated a bunch. I'm good, you know, at that time, a couple of months ago. Now I'm like, man, maybe I should have bought another, you know, however many shares at 110 or 15 or 120, 130 even, you know. But it is what it is. Hindsight, obviously, whatever. Hindsight's 2020. You guys know how that goes. But either way, it's still, the thing is, guys, it's still a huge position for me. I'm just getting a little greedy, if you will. But either way, we can see here, earnings estimate-wise, we can see the number of analysts based on 41 analysts. And let me make my screen a little bit smaller here. My bad, guys. We can see the average EPS estimate is $1.01. $1.01, in other words. The low estimate's 97 cents, with the high estimate being $1.11 versus them doing 68 cents a year ago. So EPS a year ago, 68 cents. Let's say they do the average of $1.01. That is very good. And when it comes to revenue, look at this freaking growth, guys. Holy smokes. Average estimate for revenue, $46.12 billion. The low estimate, $45 billion. The high is $52.6 billion. And a year ago, they did $30 billion of revenue. Insane. That's growth of, get ready for this, 53% year over year. That's ridiculous growth for a $4 trillion company. And the valuation, as absurd as it may sound, is not insanely expensive. And obviously, it's not anywhere near as cheap as it was a couple months ago. But man, it's growing at a rapid pace, trading at a valuation where it's like, oh, it could be a lot higher than this. You know what I mean? And looking at the current year, looks like for the full year, we're expecting about $202 billion of revenue on average. And last year they did $130 billion. That's growth of 55% year over year. Guys, think about that. Unreal. So I'm pumped, and it's all coming down to guidance. I'm telling you, man, if their guidance is killer, super good, considering big tech is spending out their wazoo on these chips, on the infrastructure, if the guidance is super strong, guys, expect a big move. Because again, it's not like we're heading into this earnings super overbought. It's not like Nvidia has run up 20% in the last week or something. We're flat over the last month. This stock is flat over the last month. And granted, it has run up a lot. You know, we can't be naive to that. But guys, it's like the calm before the storm. It's flat. The stock is really, it hasn't done much in about a month and a half. So I think we're gearing up for a big breakout. If guidance is killer, like I'm thinking it's going to be, we're probably going to see a big move here. Not guaranteed, not financial advice. That's just what I think. And with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Follow along for more content. Join the email stock newsletter. It's free. And check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates. I post those weekly, guys. We invest thousands of dollars a month, and I'm posting all the trades I make, the buys, the sells, rebalancing, options, the whole 9 yards. Link down below, and it's a real portfolio. It's not like I'm just gambling or I don't need the money. You know, it's real money that I'm building for the long term. That's the idea. So check it out. Link down below. And with that being said, cheers. Oops, almost knocked over the whatever that's called. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.